control. I find it quite poetic that my birthday's starting off with delays. I feel like that's, you know, like it sets me up for the year, but I'm quite excited. I think I was talking to Sam. I was very happy we actually maybe had that break because there was so much to talk about and we were able to get it all in. But enough of our rambling, enough of our antics. We are here. The first day of NA, the first map. It is Mirage, number 1 and number 2 best teams in NA battling it out. Let's get it.
I mean, Freddie, you don't have to lie to the people. It was definitely just us holding the game hostage, okay?
Yeah. Like
we
it was.
Be honest.
Yeah.
It's okay. We found the start game button, and we're finally going to kick things off. Shimmer now posturing over towards that B site, and already making it a pretty quick push out. Only 2 players here so far. Nice distraction being made from main, but FlyQuest. 2 players? That's okay. That's all we need. Completely shut down the entirety of Shimmer. Empathy, last player left alive. Bomb in no man's land. And Emmy just playing Duck Duck Goose here while the rest of her team rotates in. And finally, from the back line, well, wouldn't you know it, it's Goose Breeder. And of course she wins Duck Duck Goose.
Not gonna lie, I don't even know what to say about that because it was just quite perfectly played. Like that boost on site, Emmy, it's not something that I would usually like to see in a pistol round, but it works out fine. Like she misses the first few shots and that got me a little bit scared, you know, when you miss those shots and then your aim goes a bit awry, but like she connects, BB gets 2, and then as you said, Goose gets the final. That was just a very simple, clean pistol round where FlyQuest just had the rotations, they had the players on that bomb site immediately, and Shimmer didn't get the bomb down, so they will be forced on an eco, and let's just see if FlyQuest can farm up with those SMGs and keep as many players alive.
Oh, feeling so confident here. K-Day going on an exploratory mission into mid. Good for 1, good for the second with no HP at all. But that's okay. Her team is there to back her up. Alex, last one left alive. I mean, doesn't feel like there's too much that she can get done here. The best that they could have hoped for was a little bit of damage, right? And 1 player down, that's something. But it's not terribly much. Goose Breeder picks up the MP9, cleans it off, picks up the M4 again. And around we go. A fairly clean round for FlyQuest.
Yeah, very simple, very easy, not really too much to write home about. And this game, I'm just keeping my eye on Goose Breeder. Like, she's taken herself out of that, well, not maybe she's taken herself, but she's not in IGL role. She is opened up for a higher fragging potential. I want to see that come into action. I want to see that come into fruition. And I'm also intrigued to see how K&A's AWPing might be affected due to her having this extra responsibility. But what is interesting right now, not playing con. They're playing 2 players aggressive towards that A-bomb site. Vanessa and Goose Breeder in tandem. Goose Breeder wasn't even needed, but that's a wonderful opening kill at the cost, though, of mid control.
That means that there is a lovely little rotation here for Shimmer, but they still haven't actually committed to anything just yet. This is very much exploratory. See what we can find, see what kind of an advantage we can garner before really committing. You've got a lot of extremity control, but still, for the most part, on their own side of the map. Bomb will now get retrieved. Start making its way over towards this B site. Beautiful shot there from Abby in the underpass. Evens out the numbers. Was it ladder? Oh shit, it was ladder.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cuts off the rotation, and now this wonderful boost. I don't know if Emmy's going to anticipate this, but she comes around the corner and she nails down 2. That's the round over. You have 2 players coming short, 2 players coming apartments. Emmy is able to basically deal with that whole part of the attack, that whole prong by herself. It should just be this round over. Shimmer, they've been spotted now towards B. It's confirmation that it's going to be towards this site. 30 seconds, they're charging forward, and BB plays it very nicely. Drops a smoke, feigns that she's going towards bench, but doubles back towards car, and Emmy finishes off with a 3rd. 6-0. She's having a pretty good start.
Decent amount of extra cash farmed up as well. A couple of MP9 kills over the last couple of rounds, so you'll be happy with that. FlyQuest absolutely feeling themselves already. Only 3 rounds in. Shimmer have yet to make any sort of a dent yet. Now, this could be the round where they start to turn things around a little bit. They did have a little bit of a spend into the last. We'd really hoped that they could have made something happen there. No, in fact, it is just going to be full pistols here. Once again, not too much to write home about. This time they're going to angle towards the A side. They've done B, they've done a little bit of mid, presence. Now we'll see if we can get something done on A, and just not to be.
Bold. KOD is dueling them from top ticket. I kind of respect it. That's a bit brave from her, but I mean, I guess she gets the kill and is able to survive. And a perfect flashbang coming in from Goosebreeder. Vanessa doubles down. KOD adds another to her tally. And well, that's the round over. And honestly, great flash from Goosebreeder. I don't think that round was ever in contention, but she basically puts a nail in the coffin, so it's clean with that flashbang.
I love how Vanessa is just extending this MP9, bro.
Like she's farming so much money and just isn't dying.
I love it. It's redonkulous. Another 2 little kills for her here, and it doesn't look like she's looking to upgrade it. She's just gonna hang on to it and try and farm up more cash. And for Shimmer, very early timeout taken here, but very much necessary. They've invested into the AWP. We mentioned a little bit earlier now, Alex going to be playing that primary AWP role. It's the first time that we're going to get to see her in action this season. And already 4 rounds down, they're going to need something really big to pop up here. Absolutely no util on Alex as well, right? Like, it's a full investment. Thankfully, the rest of the team able to make up for that slight deficit. Because now, again, they start making that move over towards the B site with a little bit of mid control.
Interesting enough, no AWP for FlyQuest. They didn't lose anyone last round, so they're not going to, throw away an A1S and pick up the AWP. So that's going to be interesting to maybe limit KOD a little bit. She is still playing towards Ticket, which she played with an AWP. And ooh, now that is how you start off ESL Impact with your first time on the AWP as a primary AWPer, and also a great first kill. I think LX got naded quite heavily in B apartments, but still pushed forward and was able to snipe off BiBi. That is a really good opening kill. And the first time we've seen Shimmer in a position this game where they've got the advantage, and now let's see if they can take this further towards the B-bomb site.
Already Goosebreeder taking a little chunk of damage here. Util comes out, pushing FlyQuest off of their positions, and they just cannot bite back. Goosebreeder takes down Abby, but unfortunately is instantly traded off. 2 players left alive here. This has been such a good round from Shimmer. That opening pick made all the difference in the world. Now FlyQuest still going in for this. They farmed up so much cash. They know they just need to make it expensive. Not going to be given the opportunity though. Vanessa gonna chill here, try and get exits, try and get even more money with this MP9. But Shimmer, spidey senses tingling, and they're not gonna let that happen. They retreat over towards the A site, and Vanessa left to hold on to the MP9.
Yeah, honestly, great round from Shimmer. It's getting that first pick and instantly having a reaction up short. And I was speaking about that KOD no AWP. I feel like this is a round where if she did have it all, she would have been able to maybe fight a little bit more from connector, for instance, or if she was maybe... Oh, what a shot.
Wow.
That's a great kill. BiBiAhn was jump peeking, and what awareness for LX to understand that she was going onto the right and, maybe not switching around. They're like flying back and forth. And that could be, as you were saying, they're playing so much against each other. But yeah, KOD no AWP, it gave full mid control up for Shimmer. And this is when I'm now seeing if FlyQuest can maybe start battling for mid control a little bit more.
And there was a world where I could see the AWP in the previous round if Vanessa doesn't hold on to the MP9, but hindsight is 2020. We'll move into the next, and now that AWP is in play for KOD. Abby making a ton of noise over in apartments, trying to sell it, right? A lot of smokes dedicated, but no follow through. And FlyQuest, they have to read into this. They have to be aware. There ain't nothing happening over towards that B side. Goose is all the way down into mid, looking to see if she can catch something on a rotation, if there's a default happening, but no. Now she can go in for a backstab. The problem is, the backstab could get backstabbed. Is Goosebreeder aware? She is. She wins the duel. Now, while the bomb has been planted, FlyQuest do have the numbers advantage, and they can pincer in towards this site. Goosebreeder narrowly survives that HE, which means they still have that numbers advantage. Now Emmy pushing in through the smoke, looking to find a body, looking to find anything, and there you go. Phoebe will get taken out, but it does get traded out nicely by Mads. Bomb's ticking away. FlyQuest not making a move. There is a kit available, but something's got to happen. Vanessa's on the bomb. Mads gets one instantly traded out. K-Day will get the final kill of the round, and it's a beautiful symphony being played by FlyQuest on the B site retake.
A lot closer than I wanted, though. You have Goose Breeder top middle. She had all the information. She hears the footsteps going towards A. The bomb, I can't remember who it was exactly that had that bomb, but they were running through T-Spawn. You know, it was not unbeknownst to Goose Breeder that there was something going towards the A bomb site, and you could hear it. You could see her calling it. Emmy never rotated off. She only rotates off when the bomb site was basically capitulated and lost. And that round basically comes down to the interaction between Abby and Goose Breeder in middle. If Abby had won that, that's round over for FlyQuest. So a little bit harder than I would have wanted, but great ending there. Great coverage with the AWP from K-Day. And overall, they do clean up that fifth. But look at this, straight foot is on the pedal and Shimmer charging out towards this A bomb site. Molotov's going default and under balcony, and the rotations are scrambling.
Already so much damage taken by Mads here, but they will look to commit. Oh, that damage slightly, ever so slightly mitigated. Alex survives with just a sliver, but they're on the site. They're in. A nice little bit of util to deny some sightlines and to deny some space while the bomb does get planted. There's that extra cash in bank here. And as the trades come out, it's Mads that goes down. She was already low HP.
He died. Abby was on the lurk. She was in middle. No one was watching her. At the last second, someone turned around. That's huge, but it might not change the course of this retake. Goose Breeder in that 1 versus 2 already clutched up the first. There's a kit on the ground, but she doesn't have one in her belt. Trying to bait out Empathy, and now because of no kit, that's round over. Shimmer, a round that very looked difficult. And especially with Abby dying in middle, I thought it was all over, but because the kit doesn't get picked up, Goose Breeder does not succeed.
If Goose does pick up that kit, that round very possibly goes a completely different way. Well done on the patience, though. The bomb gets tapped first time. Don't overswing. Don't overpeak. Give it just a moment. Let it breathe and bait out just that tiny little bit more of time. Exactly what Shimmer needed to get them yet another round on the board. Was it expensive? Hell yes, it was expensive. But it was absolutely worth it. Yes, they're going to be able to buy in here feeling comfortable and confident. On the other side, FlyQuest, they're taking a timeout. Their money has definitely been impacted. And speaking of, there's our impact player of Phoebe in round 7. 2 kills for her. Making her her debut on this roster. Not debut. Her debut back in NA. On this roster. Yeah. Pretty damn impactful. We mentioned it, right? No longer on 200 ping, and definitely seems to have made a difference.
I also do want to mention, I spoke about Abby's lurk in middle. Even though she doesn't get a kill, she actually did loads of work. So she shows presence as the XQ was kind of coming in over towards middle. And Vanessa charges out of connector and basically away from the A bomb site to go and try infiltrate and basically just negate her in middle. And Abby just plays her life perfectly. She goes all the way back in middle. They spend a good 10 to 15 seconds trying to clear her out behind boxes when she wasn't even there, and then comes back up short on the perfect timing. Unfortunately, doesn't get a kill, but I think the damage she did was in time and making FlyQuest very uncomfortable. So I want to see more from her on the lurks. But Goose Breeder, who was boosted herself actually into ladder room with the SMG, is able to get the first frag, but quickly traded out. And now, as the B bomb site seems to be quelled, BiBiAhn needs to see if she can hold it off all by herself. A1S on the back of the bomb site, but Empathy on that rifle now snaps off her head, and Emmy and Vanessa are forced to save.
I was over in the blink of an eye. Goose actually very nearly escapes with her life there, but unfortunately she gets taken out, and that leaves the path to be, or the pincer, the prong, to be free and clear. And with only BiBi on the site at the time, it's just an overrun. Unfortunately, BiBi not even able to get one on that one. So Shimmer come through with this pretty damn confident. 4 guns saved, including the AWP. And of course, forcing FlyQuest to have to go and save. I was a little surprised to see that FlyQuest opted to force so heavily into that. I figured maybe they go for a half buy, they come back with full guns in the next round. And unfortunately, the gamble just didn't pay off for them. So into this next round, it's just the 2 saved weapons and not very much else to try to bite back. That's going to put Shimmer on 4 rounds, and slowly but surely that deficit is closing.
Yeah, and you were talking about how expensive that kind of inaugural round was. I guess the second, but the one to get them kickstarted here. 4 players alive, was it last round? That's pretty nice. That's pretty good for economy. And now you're looking to keep equal amounts of players alive. FlyQuest, MP9A1S, yeah, sure. I'd expect a kill. I'd hope a kill. But Shimmer, they really don't seem to be defaulting as much in this game. They kind of seem to be going for maybe some set plays and set execute, and it is kind of working. Going stuff off spawn, quite poppy plays, maybe a bit of fakes here and there. And this round, I feel like they were trying to go towards A from underpass early on, but did get caught out by Emmy and Vanessa, which was actually both of the saved weapons. Emmy gets 1 damage on Mads, and now with just 3 USPs, Shimmer, what they need to do is regroup, hit someone together, and don't lose a single player.
Just don't lose a player, lol. We do see 1 kill coming through there, like you predicted. Abby is down and out, but the 2 players who actually had guns get taken off the board very, very early on, and the odds of those guns being recovered are slim to 0, as they're also busy being babysat by Empathy. So FlyQuest, they've just completely backed off. They're chilling. They realize that it is very likely going to be a B hit. Maybe they'll come back, try and get a couple of exits if they can. You can see them start to move back towards that B site. Trying to flank around from behind. Look at these angles. This post plant from Shimmer is fantastic. And regardless, they've got such superior weaponry. Oh no, it's just going to be a mission to retrieve the lost weaponry.
Yeah, they've actually done really well here. Kit as well, Goose Breeder, you know, remember? Kit's always, remember that time when you didn't have a kit? But I think it's pretty well done overall. And something I do want to bring up, because the B bomb site has actually been attacked quite a few times, is that BiBiAhn is now the B anchor. And this is something that's a little bit interesting, because both Mads and Kelsey were anchor on City side, with Mads sometimes having some better roles on City side. So it was basically Emmy and Vanessa direct, you know, they pretty much direct just take one out, put another one in, and they've had mostly the same roles. So Vanessa, I was seeing, is playing A anchor, but Emmy is playing short, if I'm not mistaken. And I think I'm correct. Yeah, I think Emmy's playing short, and BiBiAhn's playing B anchor. So that's a pretty interesting like move for her, where I feel like, you know, she's the golden child of NACS as a rifler. I want to see if she can still get that impact on the rifle, on the B anchor. But now, speaking about mid, they're crushing in mid, and well, maybe Emmy should be the short player.
Well, that was pretty damn nasty, especially because Abby and Empathy just about lined up. And it's a great little spray down from Emmy. Great way to kick off this round for FlyQuest. I was a little disappointed that BB lost one of those saved guns at the end of the previous round, but, well, it doesn't really seem to have made that much of a difference. 2 players left alive here for Shimmer as they try to make their way in towards the site. Last one left is the AWP, and surely Alex just, backs out. Unfortunately for her, look at how much map control FlyQuest has taken. It doesn't matter where in the world Carmen San Diego decides to go, she will be found. We don't need a TV show about this one. She is not long for this world.
Yeah, I don't think she can save. I think wherever she goes, she's probably going to get torn down. And what I do want to say is that's great from FlyQuest. This game could have got scary. For the early times, that is. Oh, what? What a shot
Sure,
on
fair
Goose
enough.
Breeder. Yeah, fair enough. Like, okay. Regardless, that was just one shot. But yeah, FlyQuest do mitigate a lot of danger here by winning that one gun round, because it takes a bit of momentum out the sails of Shimmer, and also in the way this round was won. Like, very aggressive in middle, you get those early frags, and then the round just fizzles out. I think it was a very big confidence round for the FlyQuest RED girls, and now Shimmer, they basically just have to be able to reset themselves off that last and pick up where they left off in round 9, basically.
It also felt a little risky as well, that super aggressive play all the way out into mid, but it pays off, and
I rate
of course,
it.
the AWP shot from K&A also absolutely pays off. That's going to be the first opening kill here again towards mid. Shimmer losing too many players early on in the rounds over in mid. Now BB pushed way up against the apps wall there. She's going to get the second kill of the round. And Shimmer, flounder. They're forced to have to rethink their entire round now. So they start moving it back over towards that A site. And FlyQuest, with all the the patience of a saint. Unwilling to start rotating early on. Beautiful smoke for Palace. That means the Shimmer have very little sightline to work with. They've got the one lurk and... Oh. No!
Timing.
K-Day, how have you lived?
Timing. I have no idea how no one's died in that altercation, but surely for Shimmer, this round fizzles out and, okay, sure, that's the kill that Goose Breeder gets on Abby, and that's the third time now she's killed Abby in a bit of a mid-lurk, and even though Alex anticipates that Vanessa's going to be skulking around that smoke, it does not matter. She picks up 2 with a FAMAS, is able to upgrade to the AK, and now we head into the last round of the half with no bomb plant for Shimmer. They have no money. They're going to have to try and throw everything they have at this round straight to the bottom of the barrel and basically pray they don't lose to another opening frag, because when you lose to an opening frag of that manner within 10 seconds, you lose all your momentum, and then on top of that, 10 seconds later, you lose an extremity. That's round over.
Vanessa looking pretty snappy with it as well. Gets way up close and personal.
B-rush.
It's happening. It's gonna be an apps pop.
They haven't been very good at defaulting, to be fair, Shimmer. The success they found is when they just popped onto a site, and the issue is they've been segregated here. BiBiAhn 1, 2, 3 headshots for her, and she's not going to be able to get the ace because Emmy steals it away from her. But Empathy, all by herself, moved to the rifle, and we haven't seen her pretty much perform whatsoever in this half so far. And BiBiAhn shows us why she's the Bianca, because she is just a turret.
Empathy has everything to play for here. Deagle versus the world, but BB is looking for that 4th kill of the round. The ace not possible, but she can at least get an extra one, pad those stats a little bit, as if she needs it. This is why we said we don't have to talk about BB. She is the GOAT. The GOAT has... There it is. She butts heads. She takes it down with the pistol. 8-4 half. What a way to kick it off.
Flashing lights never end. Where shell shock never to mend. Walk a mile for a friend. Times how you choose it to spend. Strike a match, you're burning in. We're waiting for the descent. Close your eyes for the bend. We're driving up, so when we roll, we're always home. Will this day ever end? We're stuck, we playing just how it goes. So when you're far from home, with no place left to go, you shouldn't feel alone. No, don't you ever slow, 'cause you're our ghost. Yeah, we are never letting go, never letting go, 'cause you're our ghost. Yeah, we are never letting go, never letting go, 'cause you're our ghost. Lost out at sea, and then my hopes capsized and I sunk again. I've been searching the broken wreck, piecing together what's left of that. So when we roll, we're always home. Will this day ever end? We're stuck, we playing just how it goes. So when you're far from home, with no place left to go, you shouldn't feel alone. No, don't you ever slow, 'cause you're our goal.
Last half was ended with BiBiAhn trying her best Cold Zero impression, and it worked. Not with an AWP, but with a 5-7. FlyQuest RED, they take 8 rounds. It got a little bit scary in the middle when it was like 5-4. However, taking those last 3 rounds on the trot gives them a very nice footing into the second half. As they go into the pistol round, let's see if they can continue their momentum forward.
Shimmer have a little bit of an uphill battle ahead of them here. At quite the deficit, but 4 rounds, it's definitely recoverable. As Empathy takes a pretty advanced position here. Hopefully she doesn't get too eager, too, antsy. She can just hold the line. She might just be able to make this one work. Some of the util comes out over towards that A site. Little bit of a fake. But much like FlyQuest themselves, Shimmer unwilling to give that space just yet.
I kind of love this. Goose Breeder actually holding the rotations. Alex is not able to rotate, and that Molotov goes a little bit too deep. But as they walk into the clutches of Empathy, she nails down to Phoebe over on the other extremity, is able to deal with the lurk of Goose Breeder. And there we go. The Star Rifler finally coming into fruition, but the round's not quite over just yet. 2 versus 5 and Empathy, well, she's putting an end to it with a illustrious 4K.
Empathy? Nah, fam. That name is not right. We need to rename her to something like Psychopath.
Yeah.
God damn. I mean, there was no empathy in that round. And I was saying it, right? Like, if she just holds on to that patience, if she just sticks there, and Mad's jump spotting spots out so many of them, Empathy is ready and waiting. The molly, it is a bit deep, but it does force a couple of players forwards. And they walk straight into her crosshairs. It was beautifully done, exactly what Shimmer needed. No bomb plant for FlyQuest. So this should theoretically be a fairly easy round for Shimmer. But don't count FlyQuest out just yet.
Also, what a hero from Mads. Buying a flash and Molo and dropping one of the flashes. Hero. That's hero type play. And well, the apartment is going to be occupied once again by a Shimmer member. This time it is Phoebe, who was over on the A-bomb site last round. And once again, it is going to be success for them. As you'd anticipate, A1S's against Glocks. What do you really, what do you think? Maybe if there was more of the Glocks, they could have overrun Phoebe, but eventually would have been chopped down by Empathy. And yes, as you said, this round is going to be over. Well, should.
Should be. I mean, at best, FlyQuest can maybe make this a little bit expensive. Not terribly so, but, you can get maybe 1 kill out of this. Maybe 2. That'd be quite nice. Of course, nothing to lose, really, for FlyQuest, so they are going to commit to this. Trying to pop out of apartments, but... it's just... Okay, K-Day, actually good for 1. And then she runs away. Bye!
Bye-bye. Something I do want to highlight, and I guess she wasn't too needed, but I wasn't... when you watch KD, especially in NA, she seems to farm with the AWP. I didn't really see that in first half. I think she got one really nice opening kill once, and that was the round where it was 5-4, and it was a very crucial round to get an opening kill. So she didn't not have impact, but I don't want to start already pointing the finger and being like, oh, IGL, she's lost some of her mojo, but I think it's still early doors, and I'd like to see what she can do for the rest of this series. But the first half for me was definitely not the KD I'm used to, so I'm excited to see what we can see on the T side. But speaking of aggression and speaking of enthusiasm, Mads alongside LX charge up middle, and they go 2 for 1.
A lovely trade-off. You take that every day of the week now. One player spotted out over towards apartments. Emmy will take a little bit of damage from Phoebe, and she can call that back. Now, having got 2 kills over towards mid and 1 over towards apartments, that kind of stinks of a B hit. However, FlyQuest do have time to rethink the situation. Now Phoebe's going to hold a little bit further back, and this is great because this allows her to hold the line, but it also puts her in a great position to rotate to A if that is what the call is going to be. And it seems like there's a very good chance FlyQuest might just opt to change trajectory and head towards that A side. Little do they know, Shimmer have got that fairly locked down, playing off-site, but positioned in such a way that should they need to turn around, the pincer will be immaculate. Does that molly just draw a rotation? Does that really just happen?
I was going to 100% agree with you. However, look at their positioning now. You have Empathy pushing very deep into Palace, so she's not going to be there immediately to deal with this bomb going down. And by the looks of it, Shimmer have maybe over-rotated slightly, so that bomb should be able to go down. And now what I want to see is I want to see these three FlyQuest RED players group up and take fights together because they are being encircled. Every single side there is a Shimmer player. So take these fights together. The information is there. They have the sound cue. They are players going through CT. But Emmy, wait, what? There was a perfect flashbang so her two teammates died. But Emmy just gets a three-man spray down. That's fantastic. And she's able to get through the Molotov, but Empathy's heard her. Empathy has the information. And unfortunately, that insane 1 versus 4 comes crashing down. And my God, what a spray in CT. But unfortunately, misfortune strikes.
What I've loved about watching these two teams is the lurks on lurks. It's just been absolutely ridiculous. So Shimmer, they over-rotate off the back of one molly strategically placed. When they begin to re-aggress, they realize, okay, very likely they've pushed all the way into ramp. So the flash comes through, it gives them those 2 kills, but nobody is watching for their own flank. Nobody is looking behind them to see, is somebody coming up behind them at all? They get absolutely mowed down by Emmy. A little bit illegal, to be fair.
Insane. An insane spray down. That is something that's hard in CSGO, but CS2, near impossible. But unfortunately, they didn't win the round. So, we come into round 16, where Shimmer not tied up, but they are close to tying it up. With the bomb down, FlyQuest will at least be able to have some sort of purchase, but it doesn't have strong legs. And alongside that, they're looking to try to take some contact towards that B bomb side, but they've got to be very careful of Alex because she is lurking in the apartments.
Not gonna lie, for like half a second, I thought that my feed had just like frozen, and then I realized, no, the players are just chilling. They're just chilling. Oh, this creep up. Oh man, no!
Oh no!
She lives! Oh my goodness, that must have just clipped the wall. Emmy survives, and Alex is forced off of her position. Now they know exactly where the AWP is, and it's baited every single rotation imaginable. Okay, Shimmer, they realize, hold on, we've jumped the gun a little bit here, but it's too late. FlyQuest have already made their way in over towards the site. However, great timing from Shimmer. They managed to make their way back into position. FlyQuest going to be absolutely perfect, or need to be, and so they are. A site free and clear, but they haven't taken the space. They're still holding so passively. Bomb yet to go down. Phoebe already in position to try to deny the plant to come through, and yes, she will. She will drop K-A-Day like a ton of lead bricks. 3 versus 2 here. Bomb finally has the opportunity to be planted. The response. Bomb.
They need to survive because, wait, Gooseberry is on the lurk, but no, it doesn't matter. Empathy catches off Goosebreeder, and now it's down to the 1 versus 1. Empathy picks up the AWP, her old primary weapon, but Vanessa secures the 1 versus 2.
What a round from FlyQuest. I can't believe how that panned out. They get in onto the site, and I'm getting seriously concerned because they haven't taken as much space as I would expect them to have taken. And Shimmer are already in the perfect position to absolutely shut it down. They're doing so much to make it happen, to bring it back into their control. And a beautiful clutch from Vanessa just stops it dead in its tracks. And so, you're talking about K-A-Day and how she's been a little bit quiet, right? I raise you, Alex. I know that it's a new position for her. Yeah. She's not used to being the primary AWP. But, and to be fair, to be perfectly fair to her, she has had some nutty moments. There have been rounds. There's at least one round that comes to mind that they won off the back of a beautiful opener from her. But she hasn't had that opportunity. And also, on the CT side, they haven't really had the money, the funds to allow them to buy into that, really. And FlyQuest have just been so dominant round after round. But when you have the entirety of FlyQuest already on double digits and so many of Shimmer's players just trailing that little bit behind, it starts to paint a picture. And it's not a picture that Shimmer want to send home to Ma and Pa.
Yeah, I think both AWPers have had at least one round where an opener has led to success, and a big part of the success was their opener. But that just needs to be something that's continuous, not something that's just a one-off. And Vanessa, continuing from where she left off in that last round, 12-5. Hold the front door. What? That's an insane scoreline. And getting 1 kill onto, I think, one of the 3 upgraded pistols is a really good start. And FlyQuest, they're playing this slow, they're playing the long angles, and it looks like they want to end up towards that B-bomb site.
Can we just take a look at Empathy though on 16 and 12?
Yeah, I think she's had a great early CT side. I think she kind of ended 8 and 8 on the T side and had a really good pistol round and has had some really clutch rounds. But unfortunately, that last round she lost the 1 versus 1. But this bomb's gonna get denied. Oh,
No, it's
never
not.
mind. Great from Emmy. Okay, never mind.
Denial gets denied. Yeah, I mean, Empathy is really just trying to put the team in her backpack at this point. She goes down so early on in the round there as well, which makes things that much more difficult. But Abby, gonna yoink a little AK there and save that into the next round. FlyQuest just continue to look so strong and dominant. And reminder, this is Shimmer's map pick. Now, this is a lot closer than a lot of matches that have been between these two teams in the past. And I think that a lot of that comes down to, I don't want to, like, downplay the cash cups, but I think that there is a marked difference between cash cup and ESL Impact, right? There's that higher stakes. It's that much more important and, dare I say, impactful to win these matches. So Shimmer really nose to the grindstone, tooth and nail to keep themselves in this. And they're falling short so often.
Something that's really interesting to note as well is the difference in like the level of Phoebe. So I've just taken the 2 Mirages that they were as close, you know, the close ones. One was 13-10, one was 13-8. Phoebe had 11 kills combined between those 2 games. She is already beating that in the server right now with 13. She's back on home soil. Well, I guess home soil for us, foreign soil for her, but she's back on ping that isn't 200, and you can see the difference that is making. So now she's been upgraded. She's in a more comfortable situation. Can the rest of her team upgrade around her? That is something that I am more looking at now. But yeah, I guess we can take a look at those games a little bit as well. In the 13-8 game, it was actually a 6-6 half, but as soon as FlyQuest RED went onto the T side, they won 7 out of 9. And when it was a close affair, it was actually it was 10-8 to Shimmer at one stage, and then FlyQuest just won 5-0. So the T side has seemed to be their stronger side. This is when I get a little bit more scared for Shimmer as well, after I see when, you know, a 6-6 half, and then FlyQuest RED wins 7 out of 9.
Sorry, folks, we do just have a slight tech pause at the moment. We're going to get that sorted out as quickly as humanly possible, so we can kind of deep dive into what we think the next few rounds are going to look like, because FlyQuest have just hit that double-digit marker, and that is terrifying if you are Shimmer, right? Still only on 7 rounds, need to start catching up. So they're going in for the force here. They're going to spend every last cent that they have on a gamble that they can win this round and start bringing things back within their control. Freddie, do you think that that's a possibility here? Do you think that there is still comeback potential for Shimmer, or do you think that FlyQuest have just created too much of a gap here?
I don't think the gap that's being created is too much just yet, but this is the round that, from my perspective, maybe dictates it all. So you win the pistol round, you even win like the anti-force buy, you do really well for Shimmer. Actually, no, it was the full buy on the 3rd round. So like Shimmer had a really good start this half. It went 8-7, and they lost that really crucial 1 versus 2 to Emmy, and then there was a full eco. So Shimmer at least have the economy to head into this round, and this is a big confidence round as Goose Breeder just chugs down her coffee, I think, just inhales that. She's ready to go. She's getting pumped up. She is actually yet to frag so far on the T side. So it's been 5 rounds, and she's yet to post up a kill. She had some really good impact on the CT side.
Like that.
And yeah, I'm sorry. So I'm kind of looking at her a little bit now to see her impact. But I think for Shimmer, this is a do or die round. And you know what I'd love to see?
Go on.
Just mid push, mid aggression with the rifles. You know what FlyQuest RED did when it was 5-4 and it was super close and they just pushed mid? I want to see that confidence. Get in their face. You know, change the tempo. They were very aggro on the T side. They didn't like to default and play too slow. Push, aggress, keep that same format.
So just a quick update, guys. Our other game has already finished up, as we can see from Parks bringing in the community watches.
Parks.
Shout out, heart fingers, and all that cute stuff.
Do pot
nouns.
dance.
What?
Do the pot dance. It's an NA thing. I'm just trying to bandwagon on it.
Cool. Sorry, I'm not NA enough for that reference. Despite being like constantly on NA Impact, it is what it is. But yeah, Nouns won their second map 13-8, so they will take their series against the WG Bandits 2-0. Yes, chat, we are still on our first map, and all of the community streams are done for the night. Y'all are in for the ride of your lives.
We're here. We are. Oh, it's pot friend, not pot dance. It's a pot doing a dance, and it's called pot friend. Honestly, I don't get it, but there's like a T-shirt, and it seems to be an NA Impact thing, and I don't really get it, but like I kind of just sat there in Valencia and was like, yeah, pot friend.
I will say that like I feel like the story of my life with NA Impact is just not getting the NA memes, but being here for it. I'm 100% here for the NA vibes. So because I've done NA for basically the entirety of Impact, like, these are my people now, you know, and then we get to the finals and I'm like, let's go NA, you know, let's go FlyQuest, because invariably they're the ones that make it far. And a part of me is like, but Sam, you technically fall under EU. But I just, you know, they've grown on me. I do. EMEA, Europe, Middle East, and Africa.
That is a big region. We don't really have that, because the whole like EMEA kind of like that having that kind of collective is quite a big thing, right, in Valorant. But
yes.
That like you never see that in CS, right?
Yeah, I mean that's true. But to be fair, like nobody cares about Africa.
You guys did have at least, you had 3 teams in the RMRs, but then forced to play on either 200 ping or Fly to Dubai. So, you know, not great, but at least you know, like I swear, Bravado boot camp to Dubai with Poison. So like it was kind of cool to like have that at least.
And apparently, Mr. Beast's girlfriend bought or like part owns one of our organizations now, which is really cool. Flew them out to Dubai as well.
You know, that's a thing. Yeah, sure.
Shout out. Yeah, I think it's Emma Boyson, I think her name is. Like, shout out. What about you?
I swear she's a writer, isn't she? I don't know.
I've got no clue, man.
Yeah, no clue.
I will say that at least Nip and Complexity care about South Africa. Gang represent.
Yeah. 80K. Used to be
Thea
there.
Boyson, my bad. Thank you, Newt. Shout out Newt. We love
Thea
Newt.
Boyson.
Yeah, Thea Boyson. She's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know where I got
80K used to be a thing.
80K did used to be a thing. 80K actually competed in the first season of Impact.
Yeah, of course, right? With their women's team, and then yeah.
Unfortunately, South Africa just not competitive enough as a region. Like, we've got a few competitive players, and again, you know, you look at players like JT, players like Mistim, players that are like making names for themselves. You know, Sonic that's now retired. But there's a lot of talent in South Africa, but to try and like. Anyway, sorry, I'm digressing. This has nothing to do with Impact. Sorry, guys.
Okay, bringing it back to Impact, however, we do have one ZA. Is that it? Is that a South American girl in Europe?
ZA is not South America. That is not the same thing.
It's South Africa. We do have one ESL Impact player who's actually focusing on content right now, so it's a little bit shame. But Wabi Sabi, she's level 10. She's actually pretty crisp. And she's grinding out streams. So she's your kind of one South African representation in Europe, but has chosen. And I asked the question. I was like, genuinely, why do you not compete? Because you probably could like do well. And she was like, oh, I just want to focus on content creation. I was like, fair enough. Can't bash
Yeah.
you for that.
100%, you know, focus on your brand, focus on your thing. Competition is not for everyone. Competition is definitely for these ladies, though, right? Like, just bringing it back to FlyQuest and Shimmer, the actual teams. Apologies for the yapping chat. But competition is definitely in their blood. Competition is what they live and strive for. And one of the great things about ESL Impact coming back, when I say coming back, obviously newish initiative, but bringing back the women's scene out of the trenches and bringing it into light and allowing these ladies the opportunity to show what they can do and what they're made of and giving them a platform. Like, we love that. We love that we have these initiatives for women to showcase what they're capable of. Yeah.
Well said. Very well said.
Thank you. Thank you.
And sorry to digress, but the Twitch chat has caught up and the pot friend has emerged. You see what I mean now?
Right. Okay. Do you know what that reminds me of? There is a boss in Elden Ring.
Pardon?
Do you not play Elden Ring? Do you not watch Elden Ring streams?
I don't think I've ever touched that game. It's not really, like, I know it sounds crazy, but I feel like I just don't do anything but CS.
I mean, that's fair.
Oh my God,
I'm not
we
a big
live?
Elden Ring fan either, to be
We're
fair.
live.
Yes,
Cut everything.
we're back,
We're back.
chat. All right. No more waffling. No more yapping. We're going to get back into the game. FlyQuest versus Shimmer. A quick reminder, chat, if you are just joining us, it is ESL Impact North America. First game of the season. FlyQuest versus Shimmer, map 1. And as you can see, it is 10-7. Shimmer, everything to play for here as they force into this round, hoping to bring
doing
things
it.
back.
I literally called this. They're going for a mid push and it worked out perfectly. They did this on the first gun round and it equally went their favor. Here again, Mads gets the frag. There is no trades back and forth. So Shimmer maintain that 5 versus 4 and also the space towards top middle.
This is an unprecedented start for Shimmer. Getting those 2 early frags, that super aggression that just pays off massively. Now they have numbers advantage. Now this round is absolutely winnable. And take a look at FlyQuest's money. Winning this round would be a massive feather in Shimmer's cap and could propel them to greatness as they get another 2 in mid. This is just illegal at this point. Vanessa's the last player left alive. She doesn't have control of bomb. Shimmer should know exactly where it is. They would have heard it. And they're just going to babysit it. What can Vanessa do here?
Nothing. A frag. There is some low HP, but I think Empathy has picked up an AWP from KD's body, so that's a free upgrade. That's a big upgrade. LX should be able to potentially pick up a rifle when the round ends. I can see a few AKs and Glils on the ground. And as I said, there will be that 1 frag. Mads flushed out with the Molotov. Not really much she can do. And this flashbang, it is going to catch 1 player, but Empathy at range is going to be there to deal and dispatch with the AWP. They came into the round with a really bad buy. They come out of it with AWP, AKs, full rifles, big confidence round, as I said. They go for that mid push. They make FlyQuest play their game. And FlyQuest now, their money's not looking great.
Oh, Freddy with the buzzwords. We just played our game.
They played that, like, they forced FlyQuest Red to play their game. Like,
And I
well,
get
Shimmer's
you.
game. Yeah.
100%, yeah. That's exactly what they need to be doing. Yeah. Oh my God, Alex. Almost gets absolutely deleted there. Just survives with her life. BiBi, only good for 1. A great flash to stop her and shut her tirade down in its tracks. But Goose is in a good spot. So able to trade that off nicely. And Shimmer taken so much damage. However, taking Emmy off the board brings them back to 3 versus 3. Now, of course, the advantage definitely still for FlyQuest in terms of, you know, health overall. But Shimmer have a decent amount of utility to play with here. They can make it happen unless Vanessa just does that. Site free and clear, open for the taking. Only 2 players left alive on Shimmer. They still have to rotate in. And part of me is thinking, just save.
But the amount of time it's taking is making me think otherwise. FlyQuest completely halted so they could allow for Gooseberry to come and join them. She was lurking in middle, Some would say that she could have stayed there and cut off Phoebe, but no, she goes and joins her teammate. And if they plant for short, they're in the scope of Phoebe. If they plant for CT, well, LX, she could be raining down fire, and she does. What a immaculate shot onto Palace, a lovely flick. Bomb being planted, shot through the smoke is a miss. Bomb shall go down now. Phoebe closes the gap, but Kaede takes off her head. And now the save you were talking about on 20 HP, it feels like LX will be forced into that position.
Poor Alex. Yep, just manages to escape. Gonna hold on to that and just chill out. FlyQuest gonna be very happy with that round. I was so looking forward to this round, right? Like, shimmer come through with an absolutely fantastic round previously. Unprecedented, but they only show that confidence and that aggression when they're on like a low buy, which is a little bit disappointing. Because when they have the weaponry to back up that confidence play, they play scared. Which, you know, you could say they're playing safe. And I don't think it's just that. They really are. I mean, you've got to put respect on FlyQuest, truly. You've got to put respect on them. You can't, like, take anything for granted against this team. And so, shimmer, I think, as we get closer and closer to the finish line, maybe I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, and they can tell us a bit later, but it feels like they're kind of getting in their own heads a little bit here. So hopefully now we'll see a little bit more of that aggression that you've become so fond of. But instead, it's going to be FlyQuest taking very early mid-control here. Shimmer showing a bit of aggression out towards A, though. And the scary thing is that is where the bomb is. If Mads just pushes just a little bit further, she could completely shut down this push. But, oh my god, Emmy from Palace, that's going to pull Phoebe away. Empathy completely unchecked.
But then Kaede is in ladder, and she's going to miss her timing. What a bizarre early round, and now look over towards ramp. Bomb, panic cross, Mads is being cleared, but it does not matter. The MP9 goes burr, bomb has been dropped, and one by one, FlyQuest are falling like flies. Emmy had a insane good timing out Palace. Here's the gun being sprayed from Abby, chooses the right moment to swing out, no one's checking for her, but as soon as she gets that success, everyone but Kaede falls one by one, and now, 2 versus 4. 45 seconds left. They know Emmy was in towards Palace. They're going to hear Kaede, and Emmy... What? How does Empathy get that kill? Kaede took Empathy away from looking Palace, brought her towards Con. Emmy peeks out on a great timing, but Empathy, 22 to 13, maybe she should have been put on that rifle sooner.
Yeah, honestly, Empathy's a demon. Like, I am always so impressed by how she performs. She's been a standout player for Shimmer for so long. She's always someone that I'm watching that I've got in my own crosshairs. And it just feels like... this has become so difficult. There you go, impact player, 390 damage in that last round. Just absolutely blasting. FlyQuest now taking their 3rd timeout of the map. Last one, because they need to close this out. Money in a very, very tight spot here. Because it's been fairly back and forth in the last few rounds, they've struggled to build up economic momentum. So here, I think they try and just... Ooh, okay, I thought they were going to try and save a little bit, but no, they're going to go for a full force here. They know that they're going to have a little bit of a loss bonus. But how much can they realistically get done with this against Shimmer and their full buy?
It's legitimately looking like Shimmer might win this map. This is looking like 11-11, straight up. And I love this from LX and Abby. Pushing into the underground, taking so much space, and that's exactly where the bomb is. If they end up pushing aggressive even further, they could find that, but no. BiBiAhn comes in from middle, strikes them both down. However, the round is not over yet. Yes, A1S and AWP have been brought into the mixture, but all of a sudden, we're back to a 3 versus 3.
As long as Empathy is alive, it's winnable. Great kill from her to bring things back, but no, traded out. Kaede has her number. Takes a little bit of damage herself, and it's clean up from Phoebe. We're back right down to a 2 versus 2. Bomb will get planted. A little bit of cash available for FlyQuest. Yeah, they have kept this unreasonably close, considering what they came into this round with. And now Shimmer, this is a must win for them. Losing this round could be the end of days for them on this map. And as BiBiAhn, AWP in hand, gets that kill. Mads now has to be the hero. She has to take down her former teammates a little bit. No, not even damage. Some shots fired in the direction of Vanessa. And unfortunately, she will not be able to make anything happen. That FlyQuest up to 12 map point here on Shimmer's map pick.
BB is the goddamn GOAT. I have no idea how she's been able to swing underpass like that and get both those kills. I have no idea where the connector player is. I have no idea why Abby isn't looking towards middle. But regardless, that round was won because of BB. Both Vanessa and the aforementioned Australian had the AWP A1S in that post plant. Yes, it got way too dicey for my liking. I have no idea what everyone else was doing, dying one by one. But now we go on to map point for FlyQuest, 12-9. They have 3 opportunities. And look at this buy from Shimmer. 2 for Mass, 3 MP9s, no kits, 2 smokes, 2 flashes. This is what they have to do to try and hold on to their map pick.
This is, you know that meme? This is what, you may not like it, but this is what peak gaming looks like. That's the energy Shimmer gonna try and channel here. Have to somehow make this work. I love that FlyQuest keep it patient. Get those util lineups perfectly on point as BB. Tip of the spear, only good for one, will get traded out, but Goose Breeder is right behind her, followed up beautifully by Vanessa. It's an immaculate execute onto the A site with only 2 players left alive for Shimmer here. They have to make this push in from ramp, both of them together. And this could just be simple cleanup for FlyQuest. Now, there's quite a bit of low HP here. Some of these players just need a tickle, but as you mentioned, no kit available, so they have to be fast. Smoke will come out to try to cover the bomb, but Kaede swings out 7 HP, and she absolutely does not care. Into the smoke, Empathy goes, she sticks it, she's holding it, and unfortunately, she just cannot survive. The spray through the smoke works out perfectly, and that will be FlyQuest taking the first map in this best of 3.
Ooh, my god, did that get nice and toasty close. Yeah, like you really couldn't get any closer. Yes, 13-9, sure, you get 11 rounds, but the way that game was